Hi friends. This week, for our building study, we're talking about how buildings are made and what makes them strong. We know that construction workers build buildings with tools. We know that architects make really thoughtful plans. But sometimes people need help for the heavy lifting to make sure that our buildings are really strong and stable. Sometimes people need to use big machines to dig holes, to pour the foundation, to lift up really heavy materials that make our buildings tall. I bet you know some of these machines. Today we're going to read a book about these machines on their construction site. This book is called Mighty Mighty Construction Site. Today I'll be reading you an e-version of the book through screen share. I'll show you what the cover looks like now. This book is called Mighty Mighty Construction Site by Sherry Dusky Rinker. As we read this book, you'll see many of the machines that are used on construction sites to build buildings and make them strong. When we're done, we'll use our bodies to mimic these machines. Let's start reading. Mighty Mighty Construction Site by Sherry Dusky Rinker. Down in the big construction site, 5 trucks wake to morning light. It's time to stretch, roll out of bed, and gear up for the day ahead. They wipe their faces, greet the sun, load up, fuel up, rev up, run. Do you see any machines you recognize? They're eager to get things underway. There's a brand new job to start today. See, they have their plan right here. The plan's unrolled. They stare in awe. The biggest thing they ever saw. A massive, really, really big building, so immense. This giant job will be intense. It's going to be a lot of work. It's a lot for them to do. Too much for just a 5-truck crew? Cement mixer is thinking fast. He gives his horn a blaring blast. Honk! Mighty trucks all hear the call. They start up in no time at all. Out on the road, they drive full steam. They rush right in to join the team. So all of these machines are going to work together to get this huge building built. Rolling, rumbling, revving hard, 10 big trucks meet in the yard. A mighty, massive super crew. There is nothing they can't do. Skid steers nimble, small and quick. She turns, she spins, she does a trick. Skids breaker that blast rocks to rubble. So Dozer rolls through without trouble. 2 friends at work, one big, one small. They clear the way, they move it all. So here we have a skid steer and a bulldozer. Notice what these 2 machines are doing to help build our building or help to get the construction site ready for building. Let's see which machines are next. Each long trench is marked and planned. Excavator digs the land. Then backhoe grabs a drainage pipe and sets it down in one smooth swipe. Turn and dig, then lift and drop. Then push some dirt right back on top. They set each pipe and then repeat. This duo doesn't miss a beat. They're getting the construction site ready. Excavator is digging and backhoe is lifting and putting pipes down into these trenches. Pulling up with all his might, crane truck lifts a beam to height, and then he spins his hook around. But just before it touches ground, crane truck gasp out in surprise. He's used up all of his supplies. So notice what the crane is doing. He's lifting really heavy materials up high, but he's out of supplies. Who could this be coming down the road? Could it be another load? What type of truck do you think might be bringing a big load to the construction site? Mighty flatbed revs and runs, smoothly hauling 50 tons. Down the road and over hills, her load strapped tight so nothing spills. On site, she rolls right up to a stop with crane supplies all stacked on top. Flatbed trucks just save the day. Their work can get back underway. So flatbed truck is carrying in these heavy supplies, cranes lifting it. People wouldn't be able to lift up these heavy beams on their own. Front end loader and dump truck pair to move great loads from here to there. Digging, lifting, hauling ground, giant piles are moved around. Loader digs and scoops his fill, then tilts it up so there's no spill. His bucket raises to the max, then beep, beep, beep as loader backs. Dirt and gravel hauled away. These pals move mountains every day. So sometimes on the construction site, dirt needs to get moved from one place to another. And that's the job of these two trucks. Do you know what kind of truck this is? Cement mixer is working hard around the whole construction yard. Load after load, he churns and pours, makes foundations, roads, and floors. But now the concrete needs to climb. So concrete mixer's down here. He spins, he turns, he mixes the concrete, but he definitely can't climb up. Can you think of any vehicles, machines that could help with this? And here is Pumper, right on time. Pumper's boom unfolds, goes high, reaching up towards the sky. Fill the hopper, flip the switch, and zoom! Concrete is pushed into the boom. Up through the pipe, it does not stop. Then concrete comes out way up top. Churn and pour and lift and fill. This team works hard with speed and skill. Rough and rugged all day long, rolling, lifting, digging strong. Each truck has had a part to play to help the work get done today. Just like the plan, the job's complete. This awesome team just can't be beat. Cooperation or working together. Got it done. Teamwork made it fast and fun. The new crew leaves, but on their way, crane truck waves. Great work today. The crew drives off, engines loud, feeling tired, but strong and proud. They had to work together. It was hard work, but they used their plan. They used their strength to make this building really big and strong. It's getting dark. The sun has set. The trucks are tired as they can get. They roll to find their cozy beds, to cuddle up and rest their heads, to close their eyes and drift away. New adventures wait another day. Construction site all tucked in tight. Great work today. Now, shh, good night. And that's the end of our story. What type of machines did you notice at the construction site helping to make this tall, big, really strong building? Yeah, I remembered those too. An excavator, a dump truck, backhoe, a crane, and more. Do you remember what type of movements they made? We're going to use our bodies to mimic the movements of these machines. I'm going to show you some pictures of the machines that we read about in the book, and you're going to help me decide how those machines move. We're going to use our bodies to decide. Once we decide, I'll play some music and invite you to move like that machine. Let's take a look at our first machine. All right. What machine do you see here? It's a dump truck. And what does a dump truck do? It's sort of in its name. A dump truck dumps dirt like this. So whenever the dump truck dumps out some dirt, it tips. How could we use our body to tip like a dump truck? Can you show me that with your body? You may need to stand up, find a little bit of space. How would we tip like a dump truck? Tip to one side and maybe another. I'm going to play some music. While I do, can you show me tipping like a dump truck? Let's try another one. Do you remember what this truck was called? This is a cement mixer. What does a cement mixer do? How does it move? It turns, it churns, or it spins. Can you show me spinning like a cement mixer? I'll play some music. Let's spin like a cement mixer together. Can you change directions? All right, let's try a couple more. Ooh, do you remember what this was called? It has a hook on it. It helps move materials up really high. This one's called a crane. Yeah, and cranes move materials up really, really high, heavy materials that people would not be able to lift. Cranes stretch way up high. Can you show me stretching like a crane? Let's move our bodies like a crane while the music plays. Let's see what will be next. Does anyone recognize this vehicle? This vehicle is called a backhoe. A backhoe can lift, like it did in our story, or this backhoe has a digger on the front. How could we use our bodies to look like a digging backhoe? Yeah, we could kind of scoop. Or we could even act like we had a shovel. Show me your interpretation of digging like a backhoe. I saw lots of digging. Let's try one more. Does anyone recognize this vehicle? This is one we see a lot. This is called a bulldozer. What do bulldozers do? You'll notice this big bucket on the front helps bulldozers to move dirt all over the construction site. They push dirt from one place to another. How would you move your body to look like a pushing bulldozer? You might even sound like a bulldozer now. Let's try it together. All right, let's move back toward our screens. I'm going to stop my screen share. Today we got to read Mighty Mighty Construction Site, which is a book about a lot of different construction vehicles, machines, that help people at the construction site build these really big, really strong buildings. The machines help with heavy materials. They help us to get jobs done that would take people a really, really, really long time to do by themselves. We got to use our bodies as these construction vehicles. We got to move our bodies the same way our construction vehicles do. I hope that you enjoyed this story, hearing about the different types of machines or vehicles we might see at a construction site, and also sort of embodying them, using our bodies and moving around like our vehicles. All right, I will see you for our next story. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.